much. So I knew in my head that it was over for me. The first round happened. He punched me. I couldn't throw back. My instincts weren't there. My fast twitch muscles weren't there. And every single round, I literally wanted to die in that ring. Because in my head, I was thinking, if he punches me, maybe I won't wake.
It actually took a very tough beating to get me out of the sport.
Like Pac-Man.
Manny Pacquiao. I mean, he beat the hell out of me. Manny Pacquiao would be right in front of me. He would, after hitting me 15 times, and then I would be ready to hit him, and he would be wide open, and I couldn't pull the trigger.
I wouldn't have loved to fight Pacquiao again because he kicked my ass. Sorry. But yeah, there were many fighters out there who I would have loved to fight 2 or 3 times.
You know what? So you had enough of Pacquiao, is what you're saying.
Oh, trust me.
The greatest fighters of his generation, from Floyd Mayweather to Bernard Hopkins. Yet there is one night that still lingers in his memory, refusing to fade. A night where the Golden Boy didn't just feel beaten, he felt like he wanted to quit right there inside the MGM Grand. For a long time, fans believed it was simply an aging champion getting overwhelmed by a faster, sharper younger fighter. But now, Oscar has finally revealed the disturbing truth behind what really happened in his fight against Manny Pacquiao, and the reality behind that collapse is far darker than anyone ever expected.
I remember to this day the conversation I had with Oscar when I first told him, hey, you should fight Pacquiao. Oscar laughed. He's too little. He's too little, that guy. There is a difference of almost 20 pounds. People want to see that fight. People are excited. He's the guy that's coming up. He's fast, Oscar, but eventually your size is going to break him down. Something was not right. I could see it in his eyes. He's not even throwing punches. What is he doing?
Pacquiao snakes his left hand through De La Hoya's guard.
I was like, fuck. He had no legs, he had no pop, he had no punch.
Pacquiao is making De La Hoya look old, slow, ineffectual. De La Hoya has 0 answers.
I was scared. And I said, you know what? The spark's not there. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have it.
Back in 2008, most of the boxing world saw this fight as a complete mismatch that shouldn't even have been happening. On one side was Manny Pacquiao, a fighter who began his career at just 106 pounds in the flyweight division, now stepping up to challenge a massive, experienced welterweight like Oscar De La Hoya. Height, reach, strength, and physical power all clearly belonged to Oscar. On paper, it looked like a fight that had already been decided before it even started, but the second the opening bell rang, everything changed. Oscar quickly realized he wasn't just in a boxing match anymore. He was in a situation far more intense, fast, and overwhelming than anything he had prepared for.
It kind of like deflated the balloon. I felt like, wow, like here I am on top of the world, beating Pernell Whitaker, beating Julio Cesar Chavez, beating Hector Macho Camacho, beating Sugar Shane Mosley, beating all these fighters, okay? Having amazing fights in their prime and creating some amazing events. And then my last fight, I'm like a shell of myself. And Manny Pacquiao beats me, and he's the next champion. I felt humiliated.
Did you know what was slowing down? Joe Louis told me once that he saw the opening.
Oh, yes.
Just didn't get there.
Exactly. Manny Pacquiao would be right in front of me. He would, after hitting me 15 times, and then I would be ready to hit him, and he would be wide open, and I couldn't pull the trigger. I just couldn't pull the trigger.
What was going through your mind at that time, Oscar?
Well, what happened in that fight, I mean, I was a zombie. I was drained. I think I had fought Bernard Hopkins at 160, and then I said, let me dare to be great again and fight this young kid who they're talking about at 147. I literally weighed in 144 for that fight, and I was a skeleton. It was too much. So I knew in my head that it was over for me. The first round happened. He punched me. I couldn't throw back. My instincts weren't there. My fast twitch muscles weren't there. And every single round, if you watch my documentary that came out on HBO called The Golden Boy, it explains to you what I was thinking, what I was feeling. I literally wanted to die in that ring. In the 8th round, everybody was going to stop it, okay? Or the 7th round. One of those rounds, everybody wanted to stop it, including the referee, the trainer. And I said, no, I want one more. Because in my head, I was thinking, if he punches me, maybe I won't wake up, you know?
Were there some other things going on that you wanted to die in the ring?
Of course. I wanted my whole life to die. The whole life that I was living at the time, you know, having to go through rehabs, having to go through, you know, all this fame and money and women and this and that. It was just overwhelming. And now I can't perform. Now I don't have the last thing that I love, that I work so hard for. I don't have it anymore.
Right.
So just end it here in the middle of the ring. Just punch me so I can die.
Right. Wow. So, did you underestimate Manny? Did you understand what he was? I think he moved up from what, 106 to 112?
Yeah.
And had blown through everybody. 22,
Oh, yeah.
20, 30, 35, 40, 47.
Yeah.
So you didn't underestimate him. You knew what he got Pac-Man that name for. He got that name for a reason.
Oh yeah, I underestimated him, but it didn't matter. Even if I was a dead man walking. I couldn't.
Why not take the fight at 54?
I don't think they would have done it, because he was coming, like you said, he was coming up in weight. It was probably too much at the time. But even at 54, he probably still would have beat me. No shame in my game.
What's the biggest mistake, be it in the boxing ring or in business, that Oscar De La Hoya's made?
Probably inside the ring.
As the rounds went on, Manny Pacquiao's unbelievable speed turned into a nightmare for Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar later described Pacquiao not like a normal fighter, but like a relentless machine that never slows down. Punches were coming from every possible angle, too fast to track, too sharp to read, and too constant to avoid. It wasn't just pressure anymore, it felt overwhelming. By the 7th round, Oscar's left eye was badly swollen and nearly shut. He was trapped along the ropes, taking repeated shots with no real escape, being broken down piece by piece.
Like how are you dealing with being Manny Pacquiao? You're a global star. You are a national hero.
That's the time that I became #1 pound for pound in the world. Yeah.
How are you dealing with it as a personally? Like being that big, how are you dealing with that at that time?
I never, like, the fans, the world, all commerce, like everything like that. I mean, recognition everywhere like that, even in the Philippines, because most of the people in the Philippines don't believe that I'm gonna win the fight, because even in our Congress, some congressman filed a resolution to stop the fight because it might get hurt me. Like
really?
Yeah.
They were afraid for you.
They said that they said that stop the fight because they might get hurt. Me.
They had no idea.
Yeah. It's just like that. So after the fight, like the people, like boom, like that, and then that time, like, you know, oh, this is. But I still, you know, thinking to God for everything, like. All that accomplishment is from God.
But man, your life wasn't the same, man. It wasn't the same. Like, you can't go anywhere. Whether you're in the Philippines.
But this isn't just Oscar De La Hoya's personal opinion. Even today's elite champions like Terence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson speak about Manny Pacquiao's prime with complete admiration and respect. Crawford has openly admitted that he wished he could have tested himself against Pacquiao before stepping away from the sport, describing Manny's rhythm as highly unorthodox and his punch volume as genuinely frightening to deal with.
There was one fighter that
you wanted to fight, but you weren't able to.
Pacquiao, for sure. 1,000%.
That little Filipino kid.
For sure. And I try to fight Pacquiao.
George's bestie.
Yeah.
Full respect. But Skinny Hussein knocked him out for 20 seconds, mate. YouTube, Hussein versus Pacquiao.
Pacquiao, for sure. You know, that was a fight that I was chasing for years, since I was 140 pounds. You know, and to see him, you know, fight Broner, Tim Bradley, you know, Keith Thurman and all those.
Chris Algieri.
Fight, yeah, man, I was.
Not disrespect to Chris.
I was like, man, like, what is going on? Like, these guys is not, you know, like, I'm here and he's fighting these guys, and I just couldn't understand it, you know. So if there was a guy that, you know, it would be him. And Danny Garcia. That's my boy.
He fought him as amateur, yeah?
Yeah,
Swift.
We split.
Left hook.
We split 1-1. I think me and Danny would have made for a great fight, you know, being that we knew each other real.
Even at 47 years old, Manny Pacquiao is still proving he's built differently. In July 2025, he made his return to the ring against WBC champion Mario Barrios and fought to a majority draw, showing he can still go toe-to-toe with the very best in the world. Even when Manny was asked to choose between a prime Floyd Mayweather and a prime Terence Crawford, he didn't hesitate to name Crawford as the pound-for-pound king. Two boxing greats showing nothing but pure respect for each other's greatness.
Right? How about this one? Floyd Mayweather against Terence Crawford.
Floyd Mayweather against Terence Crawford, I think Terence Crawford.
Why? Why?
In both prime.
Both the prime. You think Crawford is? Why do you like Crawford?
He has advantage. He's a southpaw.
Right, by the way, switch hitter.
I agree. I think
Manny keeps it simple.
I think Bud gets that one for sure.
That's a really good point.
I saw Crawford as a southpaw. He mastered it. Like he know how to handle his advantage. He to maximize his advantage against Mayweather.
And then how about Floyd against whoever that's supposed to be? That's supposed to be.
This incredible longevity is exactly why the boxing world is currently in a frenzy over the September 19, 2026 rematch between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather at the Sphere.
I wouldn't have loved to fight Pacquiao again because he kicked my ass. But yeah, there were many fighters out there who I would have loved to fight 2 or 3 times.
You know what? So you had enough of Pacquiao, is what you're saying?
Oh, trust me. Right when I walked into the ring, I had enough of Pacquiao.
You thought that when you got in the ring?
Oh, well, Rich, this documentary, my gosh, it's sad too at the end because it shows the whole Pacquiao situation. I was getting beat up in training camp when preparing for Pacquiao. So I knew that was the end already for me because Pacquiao was just coming up.
Yeah.
Pacquiao was like the star in the making.
We see Pacquiao running the mountains every day with 50 people around him. He wants to be the first one, so he's killing himself. He's working his legs. He is a warrior, but at 48, his body can't take that much.
Age is just a number.
And I'll bet you Mayweather, people think, oh, Mayweather's out of shape. He's not training behind curtains. That doing workouts. That's not. That's just to be in shape. And I'll bet you.
Okay, we're here in wild card. We're going to visit wild card.
Hey, what's going on, buddy? What's up, buddy? Hey, good to see you.
Hey, congratulations for your So soon I'm going to start training for Mayweather fight. Yes.
While the fight was officially announced as a professional bout on Netflix, Floyd Mayweather has recently sparked controversy by appearing to back away from that commitment. Rumors suggest he may be pushing to turn the matchup into an exhibition instead, allegedly to protect his perfect 50-0 record. Oscar de la Hoya didn't hold back either, taking shots at Floyd and saying, "You're 50-0 on paper, but you're scared of a real fight because you know Manny is still dangerous."
Yo, what's up, guys? I wasn't gonna do a clapback, but all the news on Mayweather-Pacquiao potentially falling apart. I mean, I have to say this. Mayweather, come on, dude. Fight a real fight. You're still trying to protect your O. Yes, you're 50-0 on paper, but people know you've lost. Shit, your own father said you lost against me back when we fought. And what's crazy is that people don't know that we had a rematch clause for 1 year. And what do? Your pussy ass retires for 1 year and 1 day. Bro, ever since I got beat up by Manny Pacquiao in my last fight, I've wanted to fight every single day, but I couldn't because I wasn't right. Physically, emotionally, I just wasn't right. All that depression, all that shit that I had within my spirit. But now these last 5 years, I've put in the work, man. Woo! I did a lot of work and I feel happy. I feel at peace. And you know what? A man at peace is a dangerous fucking man. I can fucking take on King Kong if I want and beat his ass. Shit, I'll even fight Jake Paul. Let's go!
The tension is now reaching a breaking point. Manny Pacquiao's team has publicly claimed that the signed contracts are already in place and that advances have been paid for a professional bout. They've made it clear that they are treating this as a fully sanctioned fight, not an exhibition. On top of that, they've reportedly warned Floyd Mayweather that continuing to avoid the agreed professional status could open the door to a serious breach of contract dispute.
I think he's scared of losing. I mean, he's scared of losing because that's his, his leverage for, to go around and have exhibition because of his undefeated record. But if that record will ruin, then what else that he can leverage for to go around and have an exhibition match?
The guy. Yeah. I don't know what what they're really looking for. It's a dangerous fight because a guy like that beats you. You just made somebody. But I don't know. I think that Team Pacquiao is smart enough to choose the right kind of fights, and at this point in his career at least. And they know. I mean, when people are going to tune in to watch Pacquiao fight, I will.
I'm curious now. You felt Danny's punch, and when I've talked to people, they always say that Manny's punch is a really stinging punch. It's a punch that stays with you.
Yeah.
How do you compare the two?
It's a different punch. I think Manny. I fought a lot of great punchers in my day, and everybody punches differently. And people always ask me, "Oh, does this guy hit hard?" Like, yeah, everybody hits hard.
Yeah.
Amir Khan hits hard. Because is he the hardest puncher? No, but he hits hard. Everyone hits hard at this level. So it's just a different kind of punch. Manny's power is very surprising. He cuts good angles. You think you're safe, and you're not. I've overheard Tim Bradley talk about that too. Like, he just cuts such good angles and is able to generate power from those positions. So it's definitely different. Danny's power is more like spring-loaded. Kind of like almost like a Roy Jones-ish.
Okay.
Not so wide, but that kind of really just short, and kind of
a lot of torque.
Yeah.
I remember I asked Shane that same question, and Shane told me there was at one point where he's like, "Where the hell are all these punches coming from?"
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
You guy moves and you lose him and you feel the vision, but you think he's off balance, but he's not. He still is able to crack you.
Yeah.
What just hit?
It seems Floyd Mayweather is now facing the same kind of reality Oscar de la Hoya experienced back in 2008. Manny Pacquiao is not a fighter you can simply underestimate or control the narrative around. If this fight remains a professional bout, Floyd could be risking the one thing he has protected his entire career, his undefeated legacy, against a man who continues to defy age and expectations every time he steps into the ring.
Were you hurt in that fight?
Never. Just emotionally.
Explain that to me.
Yeah, I was
You're
never.
getting knocked around, or you're knocking someone around. Is there no pain?
I've never felt pain inside the ring. I've been in some very, very tough, grueling, difficult fights. The only pain I've felt was after the fight. I remember I would actually have steaks ready, frozen steaks ready in my room to press them against my face and against my body. It might have been the old Rocky movies that I used to see. But I never felt pain in the ring. It was only emotional pain that I felt when I fought Manny Pacquiao.
The 2008 fight wasn't just a loss, it was a psychological turning point that left a lasting mark on boxing history. It revealed that Manny Pacquiao wasn't simply a skilled fighter, but someone who could overwhelm even the most elite champions in ways few expected. As the sport now moves towards September 2026, the big question is whether Floyd Mayweather is ready to face the same kind of reality that once shattered the confidence of the Golden Boy. One thing is certain, the entire boxing world will be watching closely to see if Pac-Man still has one more shocking upset left in him. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear what you think. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next one.